Welcome to another great week of audio from Legends from a Cramped Apartment podcast. My name's Jesse. Joining me this week will be Random, Kayla, Danielle, and Jacob. If you're wondering why I didn't say Duncan's name, it's because he was really sick this week. But he'll be back. We left off traveling to Okiobara. It's time to enjoy the city and the antics we get up to.
Okay, we're good.
That was the politest clap you've ever done, Jesse.
I appreciate it, and it did spike all the microphones, so we're good.
Really want to play a round of Sheriff of Nottingham tonight.
Okay.
After D&D.
Yeah.
We shall see what concurs, what occurs.
I think concurs
All of
better.
those work.
What about
Conspires.
circumnavigating?
Better.
We'll see what
Happens.
circumnavigates today. Oh, I always needed one of those.
I'm so happy I figured out circadian.
Like the
Were you
rhythm?
having trouble with that?
No, like the Latin circa around
Oh.
day, around a day.
But here's the real
It's
question.
so cool, right?
Here's the real question. Who is Circadian? And why is this not a D&D character yet?
I'm just upset.
I feel like I'm in middle school again.
Maybe you'll
Oh,
run into
God.
circadian tonight.
I'm so upset that someone said general area, and I said general area, and no one got it.
I get
Did you
it.
say that?
It was on the last it's on the podcast episode that's releasing tomorrow.
Oh.
Aye, Captain Obvious.
Well, did you see my new setup in my room for all of my animation stuff?
No, we'll have to take a look at that. That sounds cool.
I can now animate on something other than my laptop and have it be comfortable.
Oh my god.
And there was much rejoicing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not down, am I?
No.
Cool. Were you at 0?
I had 2 successes.
I honestly could not tell you what happened last
Same.
You guys fought.
Did we?
You had a random encounter. At the end.
Did?
No. We didn't.
time. I lost HP somehow. I know that.
Wait.
I'm at full.
I did too.
Oh, this is
I
a new
lost
character
HP.
sheet.
I went from 39 to 24.
Same, 39 to 25.
What did we fight?
Did we? Oh, so we reached port. We broke into all of the warehouses.
Mm-hmm.
We threw a safe. Well, we opened a safe. But how did we take damage? Was there something up there?
Didn't I throw like a hill giant and a couple of boars at you or something?
Yes.
Yeah, because we left there and we were walking, and that's when we encountered the hill giants.
Yeah. It was just a random
What
encounter.
was I doing? Because I remember that encounter, but I don't remember it.
To be honest, I don't remember.
Oh, right, no, we were in the fishing village. The smugglers' fishing village, and we were trying to get to the main city.
And we were going through all
And
the
we were going for
warehouses.
supplies.
And I have a locket with an extremely ugly boy.
So random.
I end up with engraved bone dice.
Kill him, please.
Can I spend time loading my bone dice?
Huh?
Can I spend time loading my bone dice?
Are you proficient in bone carver's tools?
I'm proficient in general profession.
So no.
If
Is
I
the
play
answer that
music
I'm
at
getting
them,
here.
will it make them loaded?
I saved the gods we made up, but I did not save.
Zabumafu!
I did not save the things that I found.
We still need to have the
I know
drunken
it was.
pantheon creating
a,
session.
Someday.
Yeah.
And I have a wand.
Oh yeah, have we detect magic identified any of these bitches?
Let me
Do
see.
you even know identify?
I'm checking.
Do you even identify, bro?
I don't know if I identify, bro.
Even identify.
I mean, the
do not
wizard could do it
identify.
too.
I don't identify.
I don't think I have
Fire
identified.
was
I don't have to
definitely.
bubble
I don't identify except as an attack helicopter.
I do
No
have the
tango.
7 written down. I just don't have identify.
No tango.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Laka. We have 2 casters who can have identify, but don't.
I don't think I have it.
Is it in your spell book?
Nope.
Nope.
You don't even need to prep it.
I think I do. I
We
think
had
we had this conversation.
We had this conversation.
Yeah, it has to be prepped.
No,
Just
it's just ritual. The wizard thing.
The wizards don't have to prep it. Clerics still have,
Yeah.
clerics have to have it prepped to
Yes.
do that, but... although that doesn't really apply to identify, because knowledge are the only ones who get it, and they auto-prep it.
Oh, that is impressive.
The listeners are going to be so confused.
No, they're not.
Nope.
Jesse will fix it.
I'll make it all sound alright.
Nah, he's just gonna leave it exactly as is, upload without any editing.
Actually, I would like to keep the intro as stupid and chaotic as it was. We'll see if it turns out that way.
Okay, so as I was saying, welcome back to Legends from a Cramped Apartment. You all right there, Kayla?
Yeah, I just kind of shivered.
Okay.
Was it from the AC cooking on?
No, it just happens. I either had a hair run across my back weird or,
Someone walked over a grave.
Boom, boom,
the
boom.
ghost in our house tickled my ear. I don't really know.
Yep, moving on. That's interesting.
It's a small world after all.
You will shut
Alright,
up
so we're
right
going to
now, or I will
Disneyland.
immediately kill your characters.
We're going to Disneyland right now. You and I did this.
Let's go.
That actually might be more annoying than the song I sang.
You're right. I'll go stand in the corner.
Minions.
It could be worse.
Last
It could have
go round,
been
they
trying
fought-
to sing it.
They ransacked some warehouses, fought a hill giant and some boars, and now they are continuing on their merry damn way to Okihabara, which is the nearest trade center.
For some reason, that just makes me think capybara. We're going
Well,
to the giant
I
hamster
mean-
creature.
You're a giant cat, so it makes sense that you dream about giant rodents.
To
Okay.
the capybara.
Can we make it a deity?
No,
What were we in this fishing village for?
This is where we got
it was
dropped off.
just a drop-off point,
I don't know.
casual infiltration point.
But we had started walking up the coastline, right?
No,
We started walking west.
Because we have to cross the giant freaking desert.
you don't have to cross it.
No, because we got dropped like more than halfway up the desert.
Hand me that notepad right there. We're just gonna straighten this out right now.
Spooky,
That's so delicate.
spooky, scary skeletons.
It's a map.
It's a map!
I really want to.
Time for a nap.
I know.
Night.
Natalie walks in, she goes, it's a lot smaller than I remember. And I was like, it's because we had mirrors.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, that's right. I was like, yeah, we had decoration change. She goes, it's fine. It's usually like, just seems bigger. I was like, well, yeah, we had less crap and... well, we had-
Based on what I remember describing to you, this shit here is desert.
There's a map on there?
Is a very fancy.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's very faint.
Okay, what's the line about the edge of the desert?
This is the edge of desert.
Okay.
This right here is the village where you got dropped off.
Okay. And we're going.
You're going down here.
Okay. So we're circumnavigating the desert
Yeah.
by going.
But you're headed over to like right here
You know there's no hiding it.
to get to Okihabara,
This is all going on the recording.
and
know.
then you'll have to. Your final destination is somewhere in this
You can
region.
kill her if you need.
Okay.
Very handsome.
We're plotting on who we're going to hire you to kill.
No, you don't. If you loved me, you'd stop singing that song.
That look of sheer betrayal.
Thank you.
It's a small...
Danielle, you remember how a couple weeks ago I stopped you from slapping Jacob?
Yes.
I'm gonna rescind that order.
On that note, I'm going to have more wine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're off to a great start.
11 minutes in, and we've talked about a map.
And wine!
and small
Smacking
world.
the shit out of my roommate. Okay.
You crying over there?
A little bit. And I have mascara on today because I wanted to see how my mascara works. And I'm really scared I'm gonna look like a dead raccoon by the end.
It's okay, you can take it off, love.
You're among friends.
No, I wonder...
It's okay, Danielle. You'd still be an attractive dead raccoon.
Aw, thanks!
Yeah, you can join the handsomest roadkill in the world.
Cheers.
Wow. That makes sense. I'm gonna remember that for your wedding toast.
The handsomest roadkill, the most beautiful raccoon.
Alright,
Dead raccoon.
people being removed from the bridal party.
Random, I want you to think about your group of friends. If you start removing your friends for doing trolley stuff, you won't have anyone left to bring.
It'll be Ben.
No,
No.
I won't.
Ben's a troll. I haven't really seen him do that.
Oh no,
Oh,
Ben's
yeah.
this terrible troll.
He's gonna have just like Travis up there. He's like, I don't know what to say. And
And then
turn around.
Travis will just have been like slow rolling it the whole time. He's gonna get up there and say something trolling.
No, Travis will just pretend that I'm Magnus and he's Davik, and it'll be fine.
Hi, Travis. I know you're probably listening to this in 2018 because you never listen to these things in any
Yeah, no, you're way
reasonable
fucking
time.
behind, dude. Get your shit together.
But we love you.
We love you too, Ben, and all the rest of our listeners.
But especially Ben. We can throw Sam in there because she listens promptly.
She listens to it religiously.
Oh, yeah.
Way to go,
Sam, you may be our very best person that listens that we actually know.
We love you, Sam.
Like, literally the second it comes out, she's like, I downloaded it, I'm gonna listen to it. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what episode it is anymore.
Coincidentally, I heard you got stoned to fleshed. Hope you're recovering well.
Other way
Fleshed to
around.
stoned. Whatever. No, that's a thing.
The first spell only happens to guys.
What?
No.
It won't give it to me.
Map. We're sorry. Your regular recorded episode has been stopped due to a Game of Thrones spoiler. My bad. Now back to your regular programming. Map.
I will cut that.
I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
I will cut that from the script.
Yeah.
You haven't even watched that episode? That was
I watched that.
Okay, good.
It's the principle of the thing, Jesse.
Yeah, I know.
It's the principle.
I watched the 5th episode. I'm doing it. Yes, Meteor.
Are you still struggling with that wine bottle?
Well, the cork is almost ripped in half.
Oh dear.
Been there.
All right, we're going to take a brief pause here while I go rescue these struggling alcoholics.
Well,
We were wildly successful.
Never mind, she got it.
You're wildly successful at being alcoholics. At everything else, there's a little bit of struggle.
Well, they do okay most of the time with lots of things.
As she's ripping a cork in half.
Maybe we're wildly successful at everything life involved except for alcoholism. Yeah. But we are still alcoholics.
I think the only one who can claim that is Jacob. Wildly successful for everything except for being an alcoholic.
When am I wildly successful at anything?
I'm just saying, you're not an alcoholic. Out of any of us?
That's true.
Accurate.
Don't judge me.
I'm judging you a little.
It's the cork. This is why this wine was on sale. Specifically the cork. I got it.
Did you actually get it
Yes.
this time?
There's the bottom of it.
How much
Okay.
of the cork is in the wine?
So Kayla, I want you to imagine trying to do that with your old wine opener.
I honestly might have been more successful because
That thing was awful. That thing was so bad.
I mean, I could have done that with the old wine opener.
I
But
think I made you multiple times.
Yeah, no, you did.
no, Duncan freaking opened my beer yesterday by smashing it on the counter with his hand.
Oh, that's how Garrett, Ian, and them do it.
I thought he was gonna do it with his elbow.
Doesn't that hurt the counter?
I
yes.
don't think he cares.
They do it on the counter all the time. I need to figure it out.
There you go. Here's your bottle.
Oh, thank you.
God.
All right. Do you think we can get through both tonight?
Hi ho, hi ho.
I feel like that's a
It's
challenge.
up.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
It's a wine.
They're gonna get drunk.
It's sauce to drunk we go.
All right.
Ladies
So
and
I found
gentlemen,
that.
this new composition brought to you by Random and Jesse and Despair.
Wine hangovers are pretty rough.
I wouldn't know.
Me neither.
I've never been
You and
hungover.
me took down a big bottle with straws, and we didn't even have it.
The Moscato night.
We did. We stuck 2 straws in a giant bottle, like large bottle of Moscato, and took it down.
We
The
had
higher the sugar
important
content-
things that needed to be
content.
chatted
I need to remember to keep my dad's 2-liter bottle of wine away from you two.
I'm not going to Mexico.
No, it's not in Mexico.
about. Is it delicious and fruity?
Oh,
Is it girly and sweet?
I don't drink wine.
What is it called?
I don't even
What
remember.
color is it?
Red.
It's called Stop
You're good.
Fucking Asking.
No, I can get you a really sweet red wine. Red wine.
I've never doubted
Oh
that.
boy.
This is what last
Jesse,
this is what
with me?
happened last night too.
Grimmum, you with me?
Grimmum is always by the GM's side.
Bill Whirl.
Bill Whirl!
Yeah, that happened last night too.
Wait, what?
Jacob made this weird voice. It was like, it's almost Bill Whirl-esque. He went, Bill Whirl!
Oh, we should bring a Bill Whirl. Jacob, you're no longer Tabaxi.
You're Bill Whirl.
I'm Bill Whirl now.
But you're Bill Whirl in the suit.
Nope.
Clunk,
Oh,
clunk,
that's so
clunk,
good.
clunk, clunk, clunk.
At some point, we should all like pick somebody else's character from any past campaign at all and play somebody else's character.
Oh
Dibs on
god.
Serena.
Hey!
Uh-oh.
I was her lesbian lover. Back up.
Dibs has been called.
The dibs was laid down. It's okay, you can be ramen. So
Go gadget
you fought a
dice.
hill giant and some boars. And now you're going on to the trade center, Okiyabara.
Capybara. Oh.
Oh, great, Gary. Ron
False
falls away.
message.
Gary has no power here.
Zabumafu guide me.
And you and Zabuma Boo.
Oh god, when I listened to that, I cried. I'm like laying on the couch and they're sitting there, and I'm just like zoned in, and all of a sudden I hear that. I'm just like,
That lemur died 3 years ago.
Yep.
who?
Zabuma Boo.
No.
He has been reincarnated as a god in this world.
Zabumafu, your death was not. I don't know what the next word is.
It's not. Your life is not forgotten.
Done but not forgotten.
Oh,
Your death was not.
Oh, with the
In
poodles.
vain?
Yeah.
Already. I forgot already.
Zabumafu?
You didn't see that episode, did you?
Alright, so we just fought the hill giants and the two boars.
And you're moving on to Okiyabara, the trade center. Is there
Onwards.
like a marching order? Or?
To Capybara.
Last,
Middle.
First.
Jesse.
Actually, I should be second.
Well,
So my aura covers everyone.
I got third.
Are you recasting Fine Steed? I think your steed died
Yeah.
aggressively.
I'm
Are you-
recasting Fine Steed.
Right now, or are you going to wait till morning? Or
I don't
wait
know if
till,
I had
wait
spell
till end of
slots
day.
left.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did either. So I'll wait till the morning.
I don't remember, honestly.
Will it matter?
I barely have any spell slots left.
Well, we may have more random encounters.
I have 3 second level spell slots left, and that's it. Oh no, just kidding. I only use first level.
Oh no, I definitely used all my spell slots.
I don't
Because
have
I went
fourth level
down.
yet, right? I only have third level spells.
I was like, I know I'm going down, so I'm gonna Nova the.
Yeah, because I don't think I have Didor yet. Yeah, I just forget that this has all the.
I think I only used 2.
I used all 3 of my first level, or 3 of my 4 first level.
Okay. You have made it to Okiyabara with no more encounters.
Yay!
How could we
Cool.
we have to roll for that?
It wasn't that hard. 1s, 2s, and 12s on a d12.
How many times did you roll it?
6 more.
So we should have had at least one.
For average.
I mean, it's a 1 in 4 chance. With 1, 2, and 12.
Okay.
It's not that out of the ordinary for that not to come up.
I would like to see if there is anybody who is selling studded leather.
Okay, do you want the actual description of the city, or interaction with the guards at the gate, or...
We murdered them, right?
No.
I mean,
I mean, we can't.
yes. Probably, knowing you.
Sure, I'd love to hear about this.
Okay, so you're traveling, and you're in fairly hilly, wooded countryside here.
So we travel across the land.
We made it to the city.
Yeah, we made it to the city.
No bards allowed.
Oh.
Fine.
No meta bars allowed.
That's the real thing.
Yeah, the problem is that you qualify as a meta bard, jackwagon.
I know.
Anyhow, so you come to a sort of sunken plain, and several thousand feet out in the distance, there's a single hill rising up, and at the top of that hill rests Okiyabara. You can't make out a lot of detail from here, but the path that you're traveling leads directly up to city gates on the northern side,
How big is
which you're coming
this
from
city?
the north.
Because right now I'm picturing like High Garden.
Probably a couple thousand people all total.
Okay.
It's not huge.
Okay.
Silver Troopers.
Okay.
Is this a pretty classic medieval town, or is this more civilized, less?
There are stone walls rising. Until you get through the gates, you won't be able to tell much more about it. It doesn't look like there's any structures more than maybe 3 or 4 stories tall.
So not a castle town then.
I mean,
they're able to build churches. Didn't figure out the archers for a longer time.
how are we approaching the gate, people?
Hastily. I don't know.
Not quietly. We have business here.
Okay.
Grimma will let you be not quiet and have business here, and he'll just walk behind you and look.
Intimidating?
I'm gonna walk up like I know what I'm doing.
He's not as unintimidating as possible.
Okay.
That's my thing. If we just act like we know what we're doing, do we know anything about the city? Can I roll a history check or something?
Sure.
Have we wrapped up that bar test? At the resort.
Oh yeah.
How much was that?
180. Not 20.
Okay.
Hey!
Can I have a chip? I got a chip. Cool.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to take
I'm
out
gonna mark.
yeah, please bring me the poker chips. Yeah, so there's absolutely no records that you know of from your last time when you were actually doing significant studies, which would be like a couple years ago, of a city called Okiabara. Would anyone else like to roll history checks?
Sure.
I do have a book.
I got a 14.
Not 20s. Oh, black.
Thank you.
Do I get advantage for the book?
You do, but we'll see. We'll see what comes up. Grimham, you should roll.
19.
There's a city that correlates to this location. It was not called Okiabara.
What's it called?
Bardic inspiration.
It was called Hannesburg. You've been here before. You defended it when it fell.
It's called Hannesburg?
And she says the name Hannesburg, and like you know all about Hannesburg.
Cool. I know everything about it.
You know, royal family. There's a small lesser vale here somewhere. It's actually a single lord of the city, and then there's a ruling class which is made up mostly of like wealthy merchants and then the families of the soldier gentry.
I still
Question.
have inspiration.
Is Okiabara a word in a different language?
Not that you know.
Can I roll anything for that?
What languages do you know?
The common Tabaxi, and I think I had Dwarven.
I have Sylvan and Giant if that works any better. Well, and Elvish, of course.
Common, Elvish, Dwarvish.
That's before.
I should pick up another language somehow.
Feet.
Yeah. I would like
Feats,
that.
feats will get you so many languages. It's ridiculous.
I have a great emotional attachment to that feat because Danielle cannot learn languages.
Let's
So it's
see.
nice to have.
But you know what Danielle does have? Feet.
True.
No, she has peeps. She has peeps.
I don't know if my body keeps on attacking itself. Yeah. Or diabetes has its way.
You'll still have feetsies.
Not exactly, no.
Not if diabetes has its way.
Yeah.
Is diabetes gonna make them cut off your feetsies? Oh,
Making them speak. And vision.
not the feetsies.
You speak Dwarven and you speak Orcish.
Yes.
I got Dwarvish.
Elvish.
Okay.
Sylvan,
Dwarven.
and Giant.
Okay. So the sounds seem familiar to you, but it's not a word you know.
So it's
Not
not.
three of you.
So that was Orcish, Dwarven, and what?
Dwarvish.
Okay.
And Elvish.
So that makes me think like potentially gnomish or halfling or undercommon.
Well, you said you spoke Gnomish. Oh, you speak Dwarvish.
Dwarven.
I find it very unlikely that this.
I know, but
Yeah.
they're all deep races.
Yeah, I get the
Well, orcs can be found in the Underdark.
orc has a dwarf strength.
It's more about the commonalities that they share in the script they use than about
Does anything else
where
use
the
that
language
script?
came from. Giant does, but giants don't write stuff down very much.
Unless they're engraving in the...
Unless they're OG giant, like high in the ordning, and then they don't associate with mortals. So you don't get to practice with your giant very much.
It's probably not giant.
No, if it were giant, she'd recognize it.
Okay.
Alright. So, how close to the walls do we get before we're stopped?
You're probably within like 100 feet of the walls when somebody finally hails you.
What was that about the city falling?
This continent was conquested.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in a different way.
Yeah, no. The place you're going to, the region
Yeah.
that you're traveling to, got aggressive and conquered the rest of the continent.
Gotcha.
And he was a mercenary during that period.
Okay.
And he fought here during its last siege, essentially.
Yeah, so did Acadius, but
Acadius is not with us tonight.
yeah.
Duncan is feeling ill. Simadoa and Bartleby would also have been there, but
Best wishes to Duncan.
So we
yeah,
ride...
he'll have been well for like 2 weeks when this is finally released.
Close.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully he's feeling well at this.
Yeah, if not, he may be dead. So there's that.
Let's avoid that.
Yeah, that would be preferable.
Duncan, don't die.
Please, no, Deatherino. The guards hail you when you're maybe 70-ish feet out from the wall. They are humanoid. You can't tell what race from here. They're wearing helms that hide most of their faces. They have crossbows. They're not actively pointed at you, but they're drawn and ready.
Okay. I look to our Zabumathu friends.
Son.
Sorry. And I say, go be the party face. Don't screw it up.
I don't think you understand
little-
what happened every single Tuesday for the last 3 weeks that he hasn't DM'd. We'd end up fucked because we've let him be the party face.
Yeah, so
I'm
I just want to throw this out there as, you know, the High Lord of the Universe. The Sunveil asked Ariana to go because she could talk to people.
I mean, I can also talk to people.
Grimum resends his statement. Ariana, you gotta save our asses. I think Sun wants to talk to them.
I look at Sun, and I look at you, and I grab him by his hairy arm and drag him with me.
Oh boy.
False.
The entire time I have this just smirk on my face. But once I get within like a nice, I just turn into this really nice like, hi! But not as obnoxious. Just a nice little like, smile.
The guards just say, what's your business here?
Are we just pressing through?
Yes. We're trying to get
We're
passage.
hoping to pass through your city on the way to the southern tip of the continent for some business.
Don't know what you'd want to be doing there.
We were just asked to go, so we decided to follow orders and head down. Check some stuff out, apparently.
Orders from who?
Does he have a name or is it just a sunveil?
The Sunveil.
It is the Sunveil. But
Should we not say that?
Right, that's kind of where I'm at. Is
I'm like, I step aside and I say,
Well,
no, I don't want to say that either.
Well, no, she grabbed Sun. The only one she can actually consult with on this is Sun.
we could say the Water Veil. It's technically not a lie.
No, technically you were dispatched by both of those veils.
Yeah.
And
Can we just say some veils in the area?
they'll ask which.
And we'll just give them the water veil.
Yeah.
Which is not in the area.
Oh, it's not?
It's across the f***ing world. You spent 2 weeks on the ocean.
Okay, we can just say the water veil.
That's not gonna go over well.
We could also just say our bosses.
They're going to ask who.
Which is where you're coming from? I don't know, the apple ones.
We could say the, not the Hunter Veil, but the other one.
Oh, we actually
Stalker?
know the veil.
The Stalker Veil.
Yeah, the Stalker and...
We could also just be on an educational journey looking at the area and figuring...
But we already said we were ordered.
Right.
Or the Scarecrow Veil.
Doesn't have to be a veil.
Doesn't
Could
to be
have
a
some
veil.
sort of mundane force ordering you about.
That's why I said our bosses.
They'll
We work
ask
at an
who.
educational institution. We could be on sabbatical.
We can make up a college.
You don't take orders on sabbatical.
We
Kayla,
could be on a research mission.
I have 8 intelligence. I could not be a educator.
You're my student.
Wait, I'm a sage. Do I know, like, colleges?
You're not up there.
You're not with us.
No, but do I know colleges nearby?
No.
So I pretty much said we were given orders to go south.
What is the name of the city we're actually trying to get to?
It's not a city.
I
it's
gave someone that note.
It was probably on Jacob's.
No, I don't think it was on
I
mine.
gave someone that note.
Jesse's the one who takes the notes.
Colorado, maybe?
Yes,
That sounds right.
I do take the notes.
Cabarata, yeah.
And the reason we're going there is to figure out what happened to the sailor.
Colorado.
There you go.
Telerata?
Colorado.
Caparata.
In search for...
Cabarata.
We're searching for what's her butt.
Captain Aetherius?
That one!
I mean, we could just say that we're looking for someone who's been lost. We're given orders to look for this person who's been lost. And the last known location was there.
Yeah, that may work.
There's,
We could also say we're traders.
Could you just say
They
your
come
bosses
to
wish
buy
not
goods.
to have their names?
well, I've already said we're going south.
I know. To buy goods.
Is there stuff actually down there to purchase?
I mean, there's stuff for trade everywhere. It's just about how valuable it is and how well you can transport it.
I don't know what you want to go with. We're better off going...
Let's go truthish.
We're searching for someone who's been lost and the
Yeah.
last known location was south of... Do we want to say south of Colorado? Is there the water town? It could be south of Colorado.
No, it could be south. It's a region.
Okay, we'll say their last known locale was south of Cabarata.
Sure.
He shrugs and says, well, I doubt you'll find them. Not very many people come back from there.
She's a tough bird.
Roll persuasion, I guess?
We need Sylvester.
Both of us, or?
Well, just I'm a
20
that's a net
Sorry.
20 chip. You could have just turned it in.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
I'm good.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
21.
Really would have just been you giving her advantage. Oh, it's fine. Yeah, so they say, well, go on in, get whatever supplies you need. There's some inns around town if you're looking to stay the night.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the best way to get passage south?
Well, time was there were wagon trains running south, not all the way to Cabarata, but further south than here at least. But since the Empire took over, it's more difficult to move around.
Of course.
Alright, we'll strike back. It'll be
No, I wouldn't figure that once everything is united under a single force, that it'd be harder to travel.
It's not so much about the order as it is about the... and he leans very, very close and just sort of whispers, oppression.
Does that make Captain Aetherius Luke Skywalker? We're gonna go find him?
No. Also, her.
Fair. There wasn't really a her to equate with Star Wars there.
Captain Helena Aetherius. So you're in. You're on a main thoroughfare that heads south. Goes on for maybe 1,000 feet, and then hits another main drag that runs perpendicular.
What time of day is it?
Early afternoon, like 2-ish.
Okay.
I will be looking for the most well-established bar in this area.
Well, I can get
I'll
us.
invite Sariel with me.
I can get us free lodging.
Let's go.
Well, I'm gonna find lodging for all of us. Do what I need to do for it, or figure out when they want me to do what I need to do for it. We can put on our Looney Tunes act again, and then I'm gonna go on a search for what they have in the main thoroughfare.
And I see you guys going towards a bar, and I'm going to say, we should not celebrate until the job is done.
This is a celebration.
And yet, every time we delay is another possibility that our goal is not there.
I'd love them to go find it in. I'm just out of reach.
That's fine.
But I mean, if we're going to stay the night, which would be best for all of us, might as well.
If he wakes over hungover, we're not going to be leaving until mid-afternoon.
He's got a high tolerance at this point.
All I'm saying is we need the rest of the day to find fast travel south, and
Then let's work on finding fast travel south.
sounds like a job for them.
That sounds like a job for all of us.
Sounds like a job you can do in the bar.
There are lots of people, of course.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
God damn it, I will not stop watering.
Are you leaking?
I am leaking.
You may join us. I need a drink. Then I will go and try to find travel.
Whiskey sour.
Whiskey script.
Get you some.
I'm looking for an inn for all of us to stay at.
Oh yeah, you find one. It's not the main drag that runs all the way across the city, east-west, is the one that you run into. It's probably like a mile and a half long, all told.
Do we want overland, or do we want to try to find spicy? Travel.
Travel by sea will be difficult
So we have to go across the desert.
since you're not in a port
I
town.
heard spicy.
I
Oh,
heard
we're not.
spicy.
I thought we
And
were.
I was like, spicy!
I thought we were, my bad.
Underground Railroad.
No, we're on the other side of the desert.
No,
Yeah, I thought we were on the other coastline.
no. All of these things are incorrect.
We're on the edge of the desert from the coastline, aren't we?
Show me the friggin' notepad that I just had. Okay,
It's not exactly annotated.
thank you. So I'm just going to ignore all of this strange topography that I had for the sake of visibility.
Fan of visibility.
There are two big-ass dots here. This one here on the coast is the town you landed in. This one here is where you are now.
Okay.
This is desert.
And where are we going?
Down here.
So don't actually have to cross the desert.
No.
Okay.
We're walking along, like,
I just remember you making a super big deal about this giant inhospitable desert. It's like, oh, we're gonna have to cross that, aren't we?
Only if you want to travel down the coast.
yeah, because we said we traveled on the coastline there, and it was like, well, it's desert. We might not want to do that.
So what else is down south?
So this wooded sort of region continues south for 3 or 4 days worth of travel, And then there's the Plains region.
Are there any cities? Are there towns? Are there...
Why don't you roll me a history check?
I don't know, just find a map.
Well, you might be able to, but that's not what you're doing right now.
17.
Right now, you're just grilling the DM. There's cities and towns scattered throughout the plains. There's not a lot of cities in the wooded region. And then Cabarata itself is rainforest.
What I'm really looking for is major cities that we might be able to get on with being bodyguards for a wagon train or anything like that.
The Empire has choked off trade to a large degree.
There's still going to be some.
Trade that's happening is either illegal or under their guard.
So there's no legal trade?
Well, I mean, the Empire provides guards.
Okay.
So, mobility is not as easy as it once was on this continent.
It's like, if there's no trade, everyone's starving.
No, there's trade. It's like
yeah,
heavily guarded by troops.
So, Grimum finds his way to a bar with Sariel, and he buys the first round, making a show of it for her that he is buying the first round, so that next time when he is poor, she might buy him a round. Because he will become poor, he is sure of it. And with his first sip of his whiskey cocktail, he immediately
Didn't he just say
relaxes.
whiskey straight?
Yeah.
It's a cocktail of whiskey and whiskey.
And they're ice too?
Maybe if he's feeling a little girly.
Half orc.
Yep.
He walks in with his merce.
If it's, then why is he drinking whiskey and not just like rot gut?
You know,
He's a classy orc.
Have you met him?
there's not a lot of vodka.
Think about it this way. I get along best with him in the party. Think about how weird that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Grimum's first drink, he actually, you can see a change in his facial expressions. His shoulders finally release.
His demeanor.
He slumps back a bit. He's like, Sariel, why are you trying to mix alcohols to make potions? I've been wanting to ask this for 3 episodes.
Fourth wall break.
Drops into the voice, asks meta question.
Also, I just want to say lightweight, because you were already starting to slur.
Yeah, just
one drink in.
One sip in.
Can you give me a water?
Yeah. Sariel, what's up with the potion making out of the alcohols?
Well, some of the recipes are difficult to find. I have successfully created a few basic recipes that I can pretty much create wherever I am. I got really creative, and I like tequila. And it's medicinal.
Thank you.
I increased the medicinal. I don't think you're going to make a potion of everlasting strength or...
Yes, but you'll think you have everlasting strength.
Good point.
Right up until he starts vomiting in an alley.
Everlasting strength until I fall asleep.
And then he just starts again the next day.
Everlasting dead.
Alright.
I would like to look for studded leather before I look for anything else.
Okay. Studded leather is a fairly common trade good. It's available. Weapons, not so much, but armors, for whatever reason, still available.
Okay. Can I purchase studded leather?
By all means.
How much?
25, I think?
I think it's 45, but...
I want that little bit of AP, or H... Wow, AP.
AC. Yeah, it's 45 gold.
Alright.
Make your AP and I just go to my anatomy and physiology podcast videos. They're not fun.
I'm gonna look around for anyone traveling south.
Okay. Make me a...
1 point.
Are you just wandering around listening? Are you chatting people up?
Probably chatting people up.
Okay, make me a charisma-based investigation roll. So if you're proficient, apply it and use charisma.
I'm most certainly not proficient. That's a 14.
There's no one who's leaving to travel south in the next week. There's somebody who's going to be traveling south in, well, half a week.
I don't think we want to wait.
It's entirely up to you.
Like, what kind of group is it?
It's just a couple of the soldier gentry class. They're gonna be traveling south to visit relatives. They're not going all the way to Cabarata. They're going to a city on the plains.
Okay.
It would be more or less along your route, and it would give you a couple of extra.
I don't think it's worth waiting,
but
you guys might want to buy horses.
I order a mojito and pick the mint leaves out and then give it to you. Actually, I have to say, but I want the mint leaves. They're mine.
Okay. Grimum will take back the mojito in stride, just pull back his neck, open his gullet, and just let it slide down his throat. And then we'll...
I'm just imagining this, like, chunk of perfect mojito coming out of this glass. And he's going, plop, plop, and then...
all the way down his throat.
all the way down the throat.
And then he says, I have business. He'll walk out of the bar and is going to try to find what I assume would be some sort of like royal location, wherever the royalty used to live.
okay. Well, do me two favors. Roll me a Constitution save.
Well, that's okay. Oh, wow. Plus 6 for Constitution, which puts it to 17.
Yeah, that's fine. Now, you can roll me history or investigation.
Investigation is they're both 0. 3.
You're just going to wander around for a little while. We'll come back to you. Anybody else?
It's almost as if I just failed that con check instead.
Oh, the con check would have just been disadvantage.
I'll probably go find supplies.
Sure. What are you picking up?
Just basic travel. Rations and the
Rations
like.
and the like, sure. Call it like 5-ish gold.
I don't actually know how much gold I had, so I'm just going to write down -5.
Sure. And then you might want to do your fine steed now.
Yeah, I did it earlier.
Sure.
What is the pearl of power do?
You can store a spell slot.
It's not storage, it's retrieval.
Gotcha.
Once a day you can use it to get back a spell of up to 3rd level.
Oh.
I need to find my sheet that tells me what the access to.
They're just plus one. So is the spear.
The
spear as well?
I have a
got the
spear.
spear.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why she's got the spear, but
I just have it. I don't. Nobody divvies up, so if anybody wants a spear, you can have a +1 spear.
I mean, I'll take it. I won't use it much.
I want cheese.
I mean,
I'm dex-based.
You bought Cheez-Its.
But it's nice to have a magical weapon just in case, as
Yeah.
as a melee fighter.
yeah.
Alright, you can have a +1 spear then.
Cool. Just in case we run into like a flesh golem.
Oh, I want to know what the slippers do. I wonder what the statue does. Dang it.
So go
The
try
statue does nothing. The raven statue does something.
That's what I meant. I have the raven statue.
Go try to find a scroll of identify.
I'd have to have 2 of them though.
No, she can put it in her spell book and then ritual cast it.
It doesn't take forever.
Takes 10 minutes.
Or copy it and then the ritual cast it?
Takes an hour, but
Okay.
takes an hour to copy and then
We're staying overnight.
Or I can just use it now.
you do your girly.
First you have to find one. Or find a person who'll cast them for you.
Yeah, because I have lots of things I want to figure out what they do. Like the shiny chalice, and the mirror, and the slippers, and the silver statue of the raven. Alright, I'm gonna go look for a scroll of identify if possible.
Okay. Correction, it actually takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces per level of the spell.
Okay.
Once you've spent the time and money, you compare it just like your other spells. So make me an investigation check. Oh, come on.
21.
Okay, you are able to find a magical shop. I gave you an 80% chance and rolled a 1.
I asked him if he is a man running the shop.
Yeah.
If he knows anyone who'd be willing to help me identify some magical objects. So possibly magical objects.
He considers it. He says, well, there's a few clerics at the temple of the goddesses who might have that sort of knowledge, or mayhaps someone in the Lord's quarter. But,
Thank you.
mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to head to the temple.
Okay. So on your way to the temple, you cross a little bridge above just a tiny, very fast-flowing river that's flowing up towards the northwest corner of the city.
It's flowing towards the northwest?
Towards the northwest corner. And you're moving east.
Okay.
You reach the essentially eastern end of this thoroughfare, and the temple complex lies off to your left. Now that you're here, you can make me another investigation check. Charisma based if you're asking, or intelligence based if you're just listening around and hoping to find it.
Let me streetwise.
It's the same
so
thing.
How do I do it charisma based?
So if you're proficient in investigation,
I am.
You add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
And use charisma instead of intelligence.
21.
Yeah. One of the monks who's wandering about greets you and asks what you need, and you tell him you're looking for someone who can identify magical items, and he directs you to sort of a small cloistered area. It's got a little shack inside with a single chimney that's currently smoking, and the door is closed.
I'd like to knock.
Okay. A sort of tinny voice comes out. Who is it?
Hi, I'm Ariana. I was sent here by one of the monks to ask you a question about some possible magical objects that you might be able to identify for me.
Just a moment.
Okay.
So you're waiting there for maybe like 20-ish seconds, and then the door opens and you see a gnome in a mask, a gas mask, and he looks up at you and goes, "Oh." Takes the mask off and says, "Yes, what can I help you with?"
Sorry for interrupting whatever was going on.
Oh no, that's quite all right.
Am I safe? Am I good?
Oh yes, it's been cleared out.
I stumbled upon some objects and unfortunately am unable to identify them. I was curious if you could maybe aid me.
What sort of aid are you looking for? Do you just want me to identify them? Would you like a scroll?
I mean, if you have a scroll of identify, that would be great. But if not, you could, identify them for me.
Well, I can certainly identify them myself, and I can, I suppose, prepare a scroll for you if you'd like.
That would be awesome.
Sure. So he takes the first item you offer him, which is...
Let's go with the statue.
Okay. He opens the box and says, "This is one of the figurines. The Raven messenger of sorts. It should be able to harmonize with you over a fairly short time period if you spend some time in contemplation with it." And he hands it back to you. Are there others?
I'm gonna hand him the slippers.
He takes them and he flips them over, runs his hand one way along the soles and then the other, flips them back over, sticks his hand down inside one, runs his fingers along the top of the top, feels the outside and says, hands them back. Slippers of spider climbing.
Ooh.
Again, they'll work properly once you've spent a little time letting them get used to you.
I think they were plenty used to you after you identified them.
Well, for magical items like this, it's not always worth it to spend the spell to do it.
Truth, you are wise. I'm gonna hand him the mirror.
The mirrors and none of the other stuff is magical.
Cool. Okay. Is he able to prepare me a scroll?
Yeah, he'll need maybe an hour.
Yes. I'll leave him. Is it 50 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Thank him very, very, very much for everything he has done.
Certainly.
And please go forth with whatever gassing you were doing. I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
And I will head back to town.
So things that were picked up during investigation checks that were not related to what you were actually asking about. The last few surviving members of the Lord's family are sort of tucked away in their keep in the northwest corner of the city. They're being kept under guard.
Okay.
The veil in the city is actually at the source of that spring you saw.
Okay. Do I know? Is it a lesser veil?
This is a lesser veil, yeah.
Does it have a name?
Yes, but I left that paper in my toolbox.
Yeah. Never getting that back.
No.
Oh, your toolbox.
Yeah.
Box. I would like to hand the scroll of identify.
You have a scroll of identify now.
Pencil thief.
Two-
Have a pencil.
2 gold pieces. I'm sorry, 2 hours and 50 gold pieces. Which I think you probably prefer, honestly, to 2 gold pieces and 50 hours.
Yeah.
You can do that during a long rest. It's not sufficiently trying to be a problem. At a first level spell, at least.
So I'm just royally turned around.
Where were you trying to get to again?
I was trying to find the royals, see if they were even around to hear them.
Yeah, so you're wandering about. You were here, and eventually you you find some part of the spring and are able to follow it back to the keep. And what you find is that the keep is locked down, and there are guards wearing not the color of the family, but the color of the Empire. Roll me a perception check.
But did the Empire strike back?
Already made that joke today.
I know.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's
Yeah, so you think there's maybe like 3 or 4 guards wandering around the courtyard?
Grimmum, you know nothing.
Yeah.
I know
I'm
nothing.
going to try to stealth my way through.
I mean, the portcullis is down. You'd have to climb a wall.
I will climb the wall.
But you don't have the spurs of spidey climbing.
But I do have some serious strength. I might be able to succeed on
Okay,
this one.
make me a stealth check first of all to get to the wall.
Or, my potion of climbing.
0 to stealth, which makes that a 17.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. And make me an athletics check to. It's a shame.
It was a shame. 13.
Yeah, I mean you're making progress, but you're getting a little tired. It's not a short climb, and you're trying to do it quietly, which means you're gradually running out of breath. You figure you got maybe one last push, and then you're going to start panting loud enough for maybe these guards to take notice.
Okay. So I'm going to make another athletics.
Yeah, but if you fail it, you will be discovered.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put down 1, 7. Get a new one.
So, a couple things happen.
That one chip, please.
A couple things happen.
Roll the one that rolled a 7, see what happens.
You are maybe halfway up this 30-foot wall.
Oh.
It's not a terrible fall, but
It's loud.
it's loud because you're still wearing your armor.
Mm-hmm.
You should have made your stealth checks at disadvantage because you're wearing chainmail, right?
Yeah, if I was going to make the disadvantage, I would have taken off my own. So.
It's fair. It's still loud. It knocks the breath out of you. There's an impact. The guards are alerted to your presence. Good news is they didn't actually see you on the wall because you failed that check so miserably.
I think you just slipped on like a puddle.
They're not entirely sure how it could possibly have been that loud, but they are not the brightest, so they are not suspicious that you were climbing the wall. They're just pointing and laughing. And it's like chucking rotten vegetables at you and telling you to get away from the keep. Filthy drunk.
It did benefit you to be drunk.
It did. But I think I need someone with a little more skill to get into this place.
Or climb speed.
Climb speed might be useful.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go try to find the taxi. Do I find the taxi?
Well, I mean, the bard found an inn for you guys to stay in.
Did she ever tell us that she found an inn for us to stay in?
She has kind of walked away.
Y'all, I walked away. They two went to a bar, and you went off. So I'm currently at the inn in which I got us all to stay.
Yeah, no, she's performing to earn your lodgings.
So follow the tambourine.
Pretty sure I'd run away from tambourines.
I'd like to pretend that I knew that, and I went to the...
I mean, it's something she's done in the past.
That's fair.
Especially when we performed together, I had the tambourine and my banjo going.
Yeah.
I said I'm proficient with my voices, but just for speaking.
I'm kind of looking around, and at some point I hear a tambourine, and I go check it out. And there you are, so I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, we'll probably meet up there.
Okay. Roleplay, bitches.
Okay. I know we have to get stuff, and I know it's important to whatever veils control whatever land. I honestly don't understand why we're following these magical things that can't move. But
Like what?
Because they gave us power.
Oh, the bills.
they only gave me power because they needed me. I don't know why they gave you power.
I'm playing right now. I'm performing.
Okay.
Are we having this conversation while she's performing?
Let's assume that this is like the end of my set, and I'm almost done.
Okay.
We're all dancing on stage, and I'm like whispering to you guys.
Hey guys.
Guess what?
I don't know what we're doing.
And I'm sitting there with my tambourine, and I just like slowly walk over and go push. And I slowly walk over and go push. And I slowly go over and kick the tabaxi. And
Trying to get that center stage.
yes, I am, in fact, the reason we have free lodging.
Yeah, I'm well aware. I'm very happy to follow you around as long as you give me free lodging.
It's more money, yeah.
It's more money for booze.
So,
I also think I get food and drink.
I would imagine so.
There's food and drink, and then there's minimum levels of drink.
So, independence of this whole situation, there are real life people who have real life ability to walk around and do things in this city. And
Okay.
they don't like the Empire. I fought with these people when they lost this key.
And I'm done. I'm gonna walk away.
If we brought them
I say
royalty,
quad and then go back into
That-
that.
if we gave them the chance to get away, I think we could make a significant difference in our situation.
What situation? How would this assist us in our task?
This whole city is oppressed.
What I'm hearing is you want us to make an enemy of the Empire that we're smack dab in the middle of, that we have to cross to get to where we're going.
Aw, you're an optimist.
The Empire will not make it easy for us no matter what. That's not their MO.
We're not their problem.
Dropping the vocab.
I'd rather stay that way.
I don't think we'll stay under them. forever.
So, just a brief reminder for you, Jacob. You're going to the seat of the Empire to recover a champion of another Vale.
We're going to the seat of the Empire that we currently do not have hostilities with and could have a much easier time of bluffing our way through than if we go and rescue a royal family.
Your call.
All I'm saying is we need friends.
Make it real fun ones.
Who are also currently enemies of the Empire.
But they're friends. I fought with
That
Saws.
probably don't have any pull and are possibly useless.
Right now we have friends with the Empire.
No, we don't.
They don't hate us. That's friends.
That's the real thing.
That's not the
That's true
same.
optimism. They don't know we exist.
That's
We
what-
could very easily just pick up some trade goods here, take them south with us.
Honestly, we could. And it might be just as successful. Maybe more successful. But I'm going to appeal to a certain honor.
Oh my.
These people are oppressed, and that royal family is being
I'm the wrong oath for this.
Yeah, but Zabumafu's not.
guarded.
Since when did you become the good one?
Only by like 3 guards, we can do it easily.
You have to remember, neutral evil,
True neutral.
weird shit paladin.
Yeah, pretty weird paladin. But then again,
But
I'm
like,
pretty
I didn't
weird.
remember what your
Yeah.
alignment was, but I feel like that sums up exactly, like, paladin, but not really, but paladin.
Yeah?
It's kind of like, you're Jewish, but when you want to be Jewish, you're proud of it. You're like, I'm Jewish, and you're like, no, I'm Jewish. Like,
There's whatever the fuck the mad scientist is.
Yeah, what are you?
She's a
I'm
tiefling. No, she's a half elf.
Half elf? What? Like
Wizard.
what alignment?
Okay, but good.
you're speaking to the wrong crowd here.
I just don't see how this is our fight.
It was once my fight. And
Does that mean it's still your fight?
I was only being paid I'm not being paid.
You're looking at this the wrong way.
Why do you want to go back?
Who are we searching for?
We're searching for Captain Ethereus.
Yes. Captain Ethereus is the champion of the Water Veil.
Yes.
We don't know what's keeping her captive. It could very well be this empire.
If we take off the Empire now, we are going to have a lot more problems. I'm all for, taking down the Empire on our way back. Oh, why cause us more problems throughout the whole extravaganza?
I got one for you. Royal family. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Champion fighter. Hefty, hefty, hefty. If we friend with the champion fighter, we might have a better chance of taking down parts of the Empire and or saving the royal family later than dragging around some dead weight trying to get to the hefty, hefty, hefty now.
If this is really something that we're going to do, let's find our allies first before we commit.
I like how you kind of slip in the character as you go along. You're like, in Jacob's voice, if this is something we're going to do. In Son's voice, then we need to. Sorry.
So I think it's best that...
I rolled a 20!
I think it's best, for now, to leave the royal family on the back burner. We will come back. We will get them with almost as if we had two more people.
What is your loyalty to the royal family? Is it because this was once a job and you feel that you need to see this through? Do you secretly love a daughter? Where are you coming from?
Ooh,
Is it
do we have
actually
secret
your
romance?
daughter?
Secret romance time!
Maybe it's
Are
one
you
of their
actually
cousins.
royal?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
It's not that complicated.
Deception.
Deceit.
Because what I'm hearing is you were a mercenary.
I was a mercenary,
Thank
but
you.
I fought for the right side, and the right side lost.
It's war.
And that's going to be caught on the audio. Oh, shizzle. The right side lost.
You're a mercenary. You were paid. Why do you care about the right side and the wrong side? You lived through it. Move on. That's your job. What is your connection here? I'm down for saving the royal family. I like saving people, but I need to know where you are coming from.
I haven't had a lot of victories lately.
Okay.
My wife died.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter died.
Mm-hmm.
My son is nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
My entire life is gone.
Mm-hmm.
In this place, my purpose made sense.
Okay. I understand.
I'm sorry, my mind just went to the Dr. Horrible song.
Which one?
The one at the very end was...
Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got the lyrics except
I don't feel a thing.
No, not that one.
No, that's the last one. Oh, are you talking about the...
Captain Hammer's. His speech song. Kind of thing.
Everyone's a hero in their own way. Everyone's got demons they must face. They're not as cool as mine. But folks, you know it's fine to know your place.
All together now.
Everyone's a hero in their own way.
You and mostly me and you.
Flush them down for screwing people over and messing up the order of things.
Ain't that the
Trust
truth?
me. I'm down. It's not the time now.
Grimmum's gonna concede the points, but he knows this is where his next battle is going to be fought.
Look at you, and I point at my eyes, and I point at your eyes, and I point at my eyes. I go, I will help you. Not today.
Probably not your next battle. Or the one after that. Or the one after that.
His next moral battle.
Maybe your next battle is to, like, the 38th power.
Also,
We're going to the scientific notation here.
I'm pretty sure you guys heard the same thing that I heard at the very beginning.
My eyes switching.
My son, there's someone here, or someone in this land that might have information about my son.
Who's missing, right?
And he'd like to get that.
Yeah, what race was your wife, BT Dubs?
That's a good question.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna say
It's great.
elf.
Okay.
Half orc and an elf had a baby.
Oh.
Had
So we've
multiple
got-
children.
My.
We've got some kind of eldritch
What do you
monstrosity there.
what do you call that race?
I don't.
Is it a half
I'll
elf?
figure
Is
it
it a
out
quarter
later.
orc? Is it a?
I'll figure it out later.
It is definitely a quarter orc, no matter what.
I want to.
Nope. Move on.
It'd be cute if it was just a mini
they're both
orc.
big. Elves
No,
are
you're right.
Elves are
Elves
just
are tall.
5 to 6 feet tall.
You're right.
Better than a dwarf.
Yeah.
I'm picturing
Better
like
than a
dwarf.
gnome.
Oh,
Half
God.
dragons are a thing.
Yeah, I could see you just like perfect mini gnome size. Like,
Don't think about it too
walking
hard.
around.
It's,
Okay. Well, I am done role playing for the evening.
Yeah,
Me
I'm
as
done
well.
role-playing as well. I know I can't scale that wall.
For the actual
No.
full evening,
No.
or for this.
For
Yeah,
this,
for this
particular
particular
evening.
Yeah.
If
Alright,
we decided
so-
to metagame break fourth wall,
Let's-
I am done role playing for this evening. I am turning into my quarters. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. So,
oh, for a second, I thought you said gentleman.
We
and
have
I was
reached-
like, who are you trying
Ladies-
to call out here?
ladies and gents, thanks for tuning into this episode. We'll catch you next time. Thank you so much for continuing to listen to us.
Nah.
Bye.
Bye.
It has been nearly a month, and I am still upset that none of them wanted to help me go save the royalty. I have no idea what sort of chain of events that would have caused, but I think it would have totally been worth it. Anyways, we'll see what happens tomorrow, next week, on the Laka Podcast.
That's all, folks.